Hello and welcome. I'm super excited that you're taking the time to watch this video. We're going to go over all the ways that we can help you get personal and business funding and why it's such an amazing experience to work with our company. So thanks again for being here. Let's jump right into it. So what we specialize in doing for our clients is getting them funding. We're a funding company. We specialize in getting you 0% interest credit cards. We can get you personal or business loans. We can get you business lines of credit, SBA loans, equipment financing loans, commercial real estate loans. And the beautiful thing about working with us is we are not just married to one bank. We can work with banks all over the country, and we can work with people that are in lots of different situations, and we can help you get the money that you need. If you do qualify, we're able to get up to $500,000 as fast as 1 to 4 weeks. All right, these would typically be a combination of loans, lines of credit, credit cards, you name it, we can help you get it though. What's beautiful about this is, again, we're not married to one bank. We can shop around. We're going to find you the best rates and the best funding humanly possible. But don't worry, if you don't quite qualify, right? If you're a starter business, if you're going through a financial struggle and you need to get capital, we can still help you get funds, but we do charge to get you fundable. See, the banks are all about risk mitigation. So what we do is we will work with you to make your file what it needs to be to get the funds that you need. And we will work directly with you and be your partner and help you get there every step of the way. Typically though, if you do qualify, this is what your file will look like. This is your credit score. You'll have a 700 plus credit score. You'll have no negative accounts. Your credit cards will be below 20% utilization. You'll have at least 5 primary accounts. That means at least 5 loans or 5 credit cards or 5 credit cards and 5 loans. And it can also be student loans or car loans. All that's fine, but you need to have some credit history. And your credit age has to be at least 2 years, and you should have as little inquiries as possible. And if you were doing for business funding, the ideal client would be making at least $200,000 a year to get maximum funding in that business. Also helps if your business is over 2 years old. If you don't qualify, again, we can still help, but let me explain really quickly why getting access to capital and leveraging it should be your top priority right now and what you should be paying attention to. See, the banks make money lending money. The banks want to lend you money. That is their whole goal, is to hold people's money and lend it out and make money on the interest. But the banks need to get paid back. So the bank's job is to mitigate risk. So what we will do though is we can work on your file to make you look less risky and more credible so that we can help you get the funds that you need. See, we have to play the bank's game so that we can get you the money so that you can play your game. So let's go over the 4 typical paths to funding. If you have good credit and a good business, we're good to go. We can get you funding right away. We can get you as fast as 24 to 48 hours, no questions asked. If you have good credit but no business, we can do personal funding and we can get you funding right away as well. If you have bad credit and a good business, we can also just go in and try and get you business funding, but your business has to be set up correctly and have to have some sort of business credit history, or you have to have good revenue. But if you have bad credit and no business, well, then we're going to have to do credit repair and we're going to have to help you set up an LLC, but we'll help you through every step of the way. What it looks like working with us is if you do qualify already, we will just get the necessary paperwork together. We'll create a custom funding plan and we'll start funding. The whole process will take maybe 1 to 4 weeks and we will get you access to the maximum amounts of funding possible. We start with commercial banks, then we go on to online banks, then we'll look for local credit unions, then we can also get you lines of credit, business lines of credit, business loans, and personal loans. We typically start with the big commercial banks because that's where the money is. Then we go to the smaller, not so much heard of online banks, and then we go to local credit unions. And see, what we do that's different than most funding companies is we stack, okay? So we are stacking loans and stacking credit cards to help you get the maximum amount of money from all of these different sources so that you can use that money, grow your business, to make large purchases, to have more opportunities. The secret to our funding: we work with over 30,000 banks across the country. We know what order to apply to the banks and at what time. We have software that will remove the inquiries off of your credit report so the banks won't know that we just applied to new credit cards. We have built real relationships with bank reps at major banks, and we can call them and we can get clients approved. We know tons of funding hacks to get you more money because we have done this for hundreds of clients, and we will do all the work for you to make sure that you get the maximum amounts of funding and you don't short yourself or mess up your credit in the process. This is why working with us is the best plan to get maximum funding. Guarantee that if you try to do this on your own, you will not be successful. Here's what it looks like working together. First, you have to book a call. Once we agree, this sounds good, let's get together. We're going to have you sign a funding agreement. We might make you make a deposit. We'll have you fill out an onboarding form, and you will book your kickoff call. On your kickoff call, we're going to review your credit. We're going to review your business's finances. And we're going to make a custom funding plan just for you. Once the custom funding plan is executed and your business and your personal credit is ready for funding, we will start the funding process. And we will do everything for you to make sure that you get the maximum amounts of funding possible. If you tried to do this on your own, or you tried to do this with somebody else, it could take up to a year to get any kind of business loan. Whereas if you work with us, we will get you the money as fast as possible, and we will make sure that we will leave no money on the table so that you get the maximum amount of funding at the best rate. So if you have a good credit and a good business, the next step is that you just book a call down below and we'll be able to get started. Now, if you have good credit, no business, bad credit, good business, bad credit, no business, we can still help you. It's okay. We will work with you to get you set up so that you can still get the maximum amount of funding possible. If this sounds good to you and you're ready to get the maximum amounts of funding, then book a call down below and we'll go over any specific details, because I know everybody out there has their own personal credit score, their own business situation, their own funding needs, and I guarantee that we can still help you. The next step, though, is below this video, there should be a calendar. Book a time that fits. Please be sure to not be on your phone. Try and be at your computer. Have your credit score pulled up or your credit report pulled up so that we can look at it together. Have any other necessary documents that you think might be important, and show up to the call prepared. Please do not book a call if you are not serious about getting funding. Now let's go over a couple situations. Let's say you have good credit but no business. We can still help you get business funding, but you will have to say that you just have a sole proprietorship, but it will not be separate from your personal credit, meaning all the business credit cards we get will be reporting to your personal credit, so it's not the best way to go about it. The best thing to do would be to buy an LLC as fast as possible. We'll help you set it up, sign up for some business trade lines, open up some business bank accounts, and then start putting money into the business bank account before we start the funding. Let's say you have bad credit, but you have a good business. We do credit repair. We do it for all of our clients that need it. We do charge for our credit repair, but when you work with us for your credit repair, we will fix your credit as fast as humanly possible, because we are not a credit repair company. We do not want to drag it on. We want to get your credit fixed so we can get you the funding as fast as humanly possible. The next secret thing is we have these things called trade lines. Trade lines will boost your credit score up to 100, even 150 points as fast as 2 to 4 weeks. When we boost your credit score, we can then go into funding and we can fund your personal and your business credit as much as we possibly can to help you get the maximum funding. If you have bad credit and no business, we will still work with you, because we know that there are lots of people out there that are just trying to get access to capital so that they can have a chance or so they can start their business. So no problem there. We just will have to make sure that we work together, and it's a partnership to get you to the finish line and get you the funding so that you can be successful. If you're ready to get maximum funding, the next step is to book a call down below. I look forward to working with you and seeing you on the inside.